Hello everybody, my name is Maxo91 and this is World of Tanks Blitz, which, well, it's usual for my channel. In front of us we have the tier 10 tank destroyer from the Russian Tech Tree, the Object 263. Now, the Object 263 is very interesting machine, but I'm going to tell you why after I read about the specs of this vehicle. Yes, at the moment, because well, I care about my hobby, I had written down some of the specs of this vehicle so I could make at least a semi-good review. The frontal armor of this thing is 250 millimeters, which is very nice. Even if you see somebody or battling with somebody which knows where to fire to penetrate the tank frontally, you may bounce shot or two, even from the both British tank destroyers in tier 10, the Death Star and the shit barn. Yes, it's a shit barn for me. Even from the super heavy tank destroyer, the Jagdpanzer E100, from the Creo, from the Chinese imitation of the Object 268, and from some other tank destroyers, heavy tanks, mediums, and pretty much every single light vehicle in tier 10 and 9. I'm not even going to talk about tier 8. Now, the side armor for the first 1/3, it has a pretty nice sloping of about, let's say, 30 degrees or something like that. The other 2/3, well, yes, I said it like that on purpose, is flat on 90 degrees for the incoming shot. You will be penetrated by everything. Because, well, it's 80 millimeters, and even tier 6 can over penetrate 80 millimeters flat on. The rear is 50. I am not sure that this is the reality of the things, but let's say the spec says 50 millimeters of thickness of the rear plate, and it's 50 millimeters. Maybe with the recoil stop, maybe without it, I don't have any kind of clue. Now, for the maneuverability, this thing has 60 tons, which, because of the very powerful 1155 brake horsepower engine, it isn't handling like 60-ton tank, to be honest here. In the spec sheet, they're telling us that this thing maybe will be able to achieve 55 kilometers an hour. On average, it will achieve 34, I can vouch for that, and the max reverse speed is 20. It depends if you have some tank carcasses near your back, or somebody's trying to push you off. It won't be very useful for him, because if it isn't an E100 or a mouse, well, if it's only alone, he maybe not be able to do that. The Power to weight ratio is 19.2 brake horses per ton, which is very nice, and the traverse rate of the hoe is 40.09 degrees per second, which is good, to be honest. Now the gun is very interesting because, again, I have to be honest, I asked some of my relatives because they have history with Soviet armored vehicles, and one of them was able to tell me that this particular gun with this designation and everything else is modified naval gun. After this, let's say it like that, they told me this is a game and blah 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 blah, but they saw the visual model of this thing, and they say that this is what they say to me. They said, I'm sorry, to me. This here is a recall stop because this kind of gun is modified after the guns which were mounted on the destroyers of type Dresky and so on. And this gun, no matter that it's modified naval gun, is a two-part shells gun, which means that you have the solid shell, which is called penetrator or projectile, and also you have the propellant charges, which is safer for the crew. So they weren't able to tell me when exactly this thing was even planned, and if from this thing was spawned some kind of idea for a tank destroyer. In reality, they told me that it was made from the Soviets, maybe one example of this thing, and after this they scrapped the idea because they had a better idea here. I don't know why. So the gun is the 130mm S70A, which is some kind of modification of the 130mm gun of a naval ship. The situation is exactly the same as the SU-100Y and the IS-7, which is pretty interesting if you ask me. The reloading time is very nice, let's say it like that, 7.16 seconds. The aiming time is 3.5. Another thing which my relatives were able to tell me is this: the aiming mechanism for this gun was not made by the Soviets. The aiming mechanism for this thing was stolen from a German tank destroyer, and it was copied, and for all intents and purposes it was a copy of carrot size. This is what they told me. It's very interesting because they were able to tell me that the IS-3 had the same aiming reticule, or the so-called, for me, aiming mechanism. Now, for the rate of fire, 8.4 shows, which is doubtful. Yes, in the game, okay, but in real life, doubtful. The DPM, after all this, the 7 seconds for reload, the 3 seconds for aiming, and so on, is 3856, which is very nice. DPM stands for damage per minute. The dispersion is 290, which again, it's very nice for a Russian tank destroyer. This is a very nice quality built tank destroyer, better than the Soviet standards of quality in this era. Now, the gun movement to the left and the right is in total 14 degrees, which means 7 to the left and 7 to the right, which isn't very good, but with the turning rate of the hoe, it's not so bad afterwards. And after all, the elevation is 18 degrees, which is very nice. If you're on hold down position, you can shoot on incoming tanks. But the depression is only 4 degrees, which even I had problems with, and you're going to see in the replays which I'm going to show you. Now for average penetration and damage in this order. For the armor piercing 290, as you'll see, I'm not using the armor piercing composite rigid, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. Average damage 460. Now, from my personal experience, the average damage is going between 420 and 500, sometimes 501 or 2. But not very often. The armor piercing composite rigid 330 average penetration and 390 damage. Yes, it's a good idea to have some of the premium ammo, 1 or 2 shells, but in this particular vehicle, like the Object 704, because I heard some of my subscribers wrote to me, and you weren't the first one which had told me that. What you're going to do if mouse is coming to you? Well, I'm going to shoot at its weak spots. So many times in the realistic battle mode, which was very nice. And hear me why. First, so many freaking times I'm standing on the edge of the map with this thing, with this exact tank destroyer, and so many times I'm receiving shots from Death Star, from Jagdpanzer 100, from grills, from even Objects 263, which have to know where their weak spots are, and they don't have any kind of clue. They're just shooting on the vehicle because this is the easiest way, and afterwards they even shoot with premium ammo and the ammo bounces, or in the case of the shit barn, I'm hearing the splatter of the premium shot, the premium ammo, and I do not receive any kind of damage. And they're asking me, what hack is that? Or something like, no, you don't have any kind of clue where to shoot. So many times, also, I'm standing on the middle of the map and some tank is coming. I'm aiming at him. I'm even in the aim mode. In the moment when I'm making the shot, when I'm clicking, some kind of light tank which is in front of my gun, I'm shooting and I'm racking him because, well, he's on a point blank range. Now, dear subscribers, or everyone who is watching this video and plays World of Tanks or World of Tanks Blitz, I know some of you are playing for fun. Dudes, at least research where are the weakest spots of the tanks which you're using. This is abysmal for me. Some of you don't have even the not of my subscribers and so on, but some of the players in Blitz cannot spot a vehicle on their own. And the realistic mode was very good for this. This is my rating. Come on. This is it. I'm below average at the moment. But even some 60%, 72% guy was telling me that I'm cheating in realistic mode because I killed him with this from point blank range while he was on 100% health bar. He was with a leopard from point blank range of my high explosive shell, which, as you all see, I have only one, which is abysmal for me. And for the premium ammo, if you do not know where to shoot, there is no need for it. And if you know where to shoot at most of the tanks, again, there is no need for it. You always can use high explosive because first it's more economical. Second of all, most of the players which are using premium ammo, well, let's say it like that, only premium ammo, well, they're telling you, oh, this is because it's well, more professional. What kind of professionalism you're talking about here? If you're a good player, you can do it with AP. Faster, easier, more economical also, cheaper even. If you play a game for, let's say, 400,000 credits, like here, which means that you single-handedly carried your team, killed all of the enemy vehicles, got 5 missions in the old way of the missions, and 5x XP and 2x credits, and you're running also premium account and boosters and so on. And if you're firing with this particular tank, only premium, you're going to get 100,000 credits, let's say. And for what? But no matter for the ranking. Now, I'm sorry, my stomach is cranky at the moment. Now for the high explosive. The high explosive has very low rate of penetration. As you see, I'm not even equipped with calibrated shells. 75 millimeters, but from point blank range when you shoot on a tank which has so weak armor. Yeah. And this is why I'm using only one high explosive shell. Now, the other reason why I have in total 14 shells is because, well, I'm aiming for a medal, which is, let's say it like that, my personal goal, and yeah. Now, let's go for the replays. Now, this is my first game for the day with this thing. Personally, I like this vehicle because, well, it's a very nice tank destroyer, and because it's Russian, Soviet tank, sorry, from the USSR, it's, how I'm going to say this, it's a very nice tank destroyer. It's nimble, it's agile, it can deliver damage, it can also carry on. It's a just for a second, make sure. Haywire brawler, yes, and also it has very nice concealment. Even if you get also like me a camonet, the enemy tank must be near the bushes right here, and I have to fire, and then he will see me, which is already late for him in some cases. As you see, total 14 shells. From my personal experience, very rarely I'm out of shells in the time when the game ends. I may get, let's say, the total amount of shells a bit lower after this video. I'm going to see. I need a bit more games to play with these vehicles, so I could know on average how much shells I need. Now, this E50M player knows where to shoot. He was aiming for the gap. This player over here also knows where to shoot. But now you're going to see something, which is, again, he is shooting at my weak spot. I'm also shooting at his weak spot, and I managed to do it. The E100 bounced. Now he's shooting, and also he didn't bounce. I missed. I saw now, but now I don't know why the E50 didn't shoot, but okay. Maybe I don't know why. To be honest, here the E75, well, tried its best. Now the E100 is doing something very smart, and you're going to see why after a second or two. Come on, E50. No, he's not going to show itself. High explosive. This is the best way for him to dish out some damage. The E50M, well, it's a nice pair, but I'm more like him, as you saw. And now I don't see any reason for me to go for the FP, for the Death Star, because there is no reason particular for me at this moment. We won. We had the points advantage, we had the damage advantage, we had also the numerical advantage. No reason at all. Second class, as you all see, epic damage blocked, epic damage cost, some other stuff. This was my total without any boosters, without using premium shells, but with premium account. Now, this is my second game for today with the object 263 on a vineyards. My teammates were initially not very keen where we are going, but after this, well, let's say it like that, we understand each other somehow, and also we called it no rush, as you see the back chat, and I agree with him. There is no need to rush here in Vineyards. We are on the right spot. We have 2 tank destroyers, which are very nice. But the 263 is accurate though, and yes, the 268 may cause very big problems to some of the enemies. Thanks. Now, the E50M is going for maybe the AMX 5120, I'm not sure. It isn't for the Leopard. Now here I'm standing and I was not sure on who to fire, and I missed this opportunity for the Death Star. But now the E50M shot itself. Oh my god. Okay, and the 100 died. Our AMX needs help. I'm going there. I'm going to be a bit late here, and this is my fault. After this, I'm going to wrote to him that I'm sorry I was late. But yeah. Now, the T62 way, to be honest here, I didn't recognize that this is a T62A, and I thought that this here is a T54, and I rushed him like an idiot, because the T62A could run circles around me and kill me pretty fast, but also he wasn't very nice, very good player, and maybe he was too stressed. The T-57 Heavy knows where to fire, but the AMX don't have any kind of clue, which is nice. Now the Object 704 shot it at me, and I thought, okay, I'm going to return the favor, dude, get that, and this is it. Again, this is my second game for the day, and on average I'm making 8 shots. So now the third game of the day, let's see it. in Middleburg. Now let's say it like that. This game, well, was not developing very well. I asked my teammates, will we will go up or not? And they said, yes, we'll go up. Okay, I'm going up. And now as you see, my max speed is between 37 and 35, sometimes I'm low, even 20 when I'm turning, which is normal amount of speed for this vehicle. Near 40 something, and I'm flat out on 45. At the moment, I thought, okay, let's go slap the bad chat and make them occupied with me, make them shoot on me. They betrayed, doesn't have any kind of clue where to fire, which is abysmal for me. I hope he knows at least where are his weak spots. I'm still trying to occupy the T-57 because, well, while he is occupied with me, my teammates can dish out more and more damage. I know the T-57 doesn't have any kind of clue where to fire, so, and where he can penetrate me, beside the sides and rear, and I'm using this, and now he's going to try to shoot on me where it's most obvious that he won't penetrate. I'm giving him that he knows where to fire on the E3, if I'm correct here. Yes, this is the E3. Now I'm trying to make him preoccupied with me, not with the E3. He's going to die over there. Everything is going to die over here. And now I'm going to cap. Because why not? 2 caps is better for us. After this, well, let's say it like that, I was preoccupied with the Leopard 1. And you all will see why. I missed the shot on the bad chat, the Leo is firing at me, the bad chat also. They don't even aim. They're using the auto aim, which for some vehicles will do, but for a heavily armored target, nah. Now the FV does not want to go in front of E100, which it's obvious. Now he's telling me, don't go, no. Okay, he will fire, he will shoot, he will penetrate, but he won't be able to reload as fast as I can, even without the adrenaline rush. And I'm going to kill him. He knows that. Now I'm going to kill these E50 because, let's say it like that, we need kills. We don't need damage. And what can I say? Again, second class, as you will see after some time. Yes, synchronize the data, so on and so on. Yes, and as you'll see, second class again, nice amount of damage blocked, and again nice amount of damage done. Spotting, what else? Destruction assistance, knockdown. I think this was for the Yak Pants E100. Enemies destroyed. This is my normal amount of damage and normal amount of kills with this thing. Um, which for me particularly it isn't good. I can make more damage and more kills, but also I'm okay with that. And what can I say? Very nice, suiting for me well, tank destroyer. I very rarely am losing a game with this thing. So, I hope you all enjoyed the review of this tank. If this is the case, you all know what to do. But I'm going to ask you all if you can help me to grow a bit the channel. If you have friends which are interested in World of Tanks Blitz or something like that, please share the video because this will help me very much. If I can reach 100 subscribers, this will be awesome. Also, if you like the video and the review, please leave a like. If you do not like it, leave a dislike. And if you can tell me what you didn't like, share this into the comments. I'm going to read the comments of this video, and as well I'm reading every single comment, to be honest, and I'm answering most of them. Well, at the moment every single one, but yeah. So this was from me for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Maxo91, have a nice day, and bye bye.